The most powerful man in the known world woke up every morning and talked himself out of quitting. That man was Marcus Aurelius, emperor, general, philosopher. And these are the 7 trials he had to survive, trials that every man alive still faces today. 1. The Trial of Rising. Marcus wrote it himself. In a private journal never meant to be published, the first thing he documents is the war to get out of bed. He writes, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting up, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being." This man ruled an empire of 70 million people, and he still had to wrestle himself out of bed every morning. That should tell you something. The enemy isn't out there. The enemy is the voice inside that says 5 more minutes. 2. The Trial of Ingratitude. Marcus led armies, reformed laws, paid for a plague out of his own treasury, and half the Senate still plotted against him. He wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest." Not as a complaint, as a preparation. He didn't need their applause. He chose virtue over approval every single day. The man who needs credit to keep going will always be at someone else's mercy. 3. The Trial of Power. Absolute power. Marcus had it, and he didn't abuse it. That's almost impossible. History is littered with men who started with principles and ended with palaces. Marcus kept a philosopher next to the throne. He wrote, "How much more harmful are the consequences of anger than the circumstances that arouse them? The real trial of success isn't getting there, it's whether it changes who you are at your core." 4. The Trial of Loss. Marcus buried 5 of his children. 5. While running an empire in the middle of a pandemic that killed 5 million people, the Stoic tool he used wasn't cold, it was armor. Premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evil, imagining loss before it happens, so it doesn't shatter you when it does, not pessimism. Preparation. Grief is unavoidable. Collapse is a choice. 5. The Trial of Betrayal. Cassius, a general Marcus trusted like a brother, declared himself emperor while Marcus was at war. Staged a coup, tried to take everything. Marcus's response: he marched not to destroy him, but to pardon him. Before he could, Cassius was killed by his own men. Marcus reportedly wept, not in relief, in grief that he never got the chance to forgive him in person. Most men fantasize about revenge. Marcus prepared for forgiveness. The man who can forgive without needing to announce it is free. The man holding a grudge is a prisoner of someone else's choices. 6. The Trial of Distraction. Rome had gladiators, chariot races, lavish banquets. The full Roman circus, engineered to keep men numb and entertained. Marcus wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." He knew the greatest threat to a man's potential wasn't failure. It was distraction dressed up as pleasure. 2,000 years later, we have Netflix, social media, and endless scrolling. Different clothes, same trap. Your phone is the Colosseum. Every hour you give it is an hour you don't give your mission. 7. The Trial of Death. Marcus died at 58, on campaign, at war, still fighting. He didn't retire to a villa. He didn't cash out. He wrote near the very end, "Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life, now take what's left and live it properly, not morbid." Clarifying, the man who remembers he will die stops wasting time on small things, stops apologizing for who he is, stops waiting for the right moment. The right moment is now. It has always been now. Marcus Aurelius didn't become great because life was easy. He became great because he passed the same trials you're facing right now, and he never stopped showing up. 7 trials every day. No audience, no applause, just a man and his journal, deciding who he was going to be. The question isn't whether you'll face these trials, you're already in them. The question is, are you going to pass? If this hit different, smash that like button. It takes 2 seconds and it helps this channel reach the men who actually need to hear this. Drop in the comments which trial you're in right now. I read every single one, and if you want to go deeper, the next video breaks down Marcus Aurelius's actual morning routine, line by line, straight from the Meditations. Watch it next.